Hello, everyone. It's Laura Pieratt. I'm a intuitive healer, a channel. I speak the language of light and offer meditations, group experiences, and many other energetic opportunities, transmissions, and frequencies from the divine realms of love and light from the heart of Source. So I'm here today to share with you something that Spirit recently shared with me. We are all here experiencing ourselves as 3D humans, and those who are awakening to our multidimensional reality are on a spiritual journey of unifying our many fragmented selves, our our emotional patterns need healing and being brought into the greater light of truth. And that is a truth from a higher perspective in which we are all divine multidimensional beings of love and light. And we are bringing that into this earth plane. And that is, to a large extent, our purpose, even more so. Our third dimensional lives are extremely important. We are here to enjoy our lives and to learn from experiences and to learn and enjoy physical form. But to a very great extent in this incarnation, because of the remarkable time we're in with the ascension process, we are really also here to anchor a great deal of love and light, fifth dimensional and higher aspects of our multidimensional self, our true light embodied here in form in our physical vessels, to express and bring that through, to anchor it into the earth and the grids of the earth, the energetic grids. The earth has a body, an energetic body, just like we do. Um, and so a lot of my work, you can discover more at my website, which is laurapieratt.com. A lot of my work has to do with the movement from third dimensional beings to fifth dimensional and beyond, our multidimensional nature. So as we're in this process, this evolution, this ascension journey, it is, as we experience it, it is raising our frequency over time. But there really is no time. So maybe a better way to look at it is that we have the blessing or the benefit of the experience of time in this realm so that we can learn about ourselves as creators, where we put something into cause, and thanks to the construct of time, we have the awareness of how our creation evolves and then manifests as effect. So if we're paying attention, we can really start to see our patterns, and what we do is then brought into an outcome. What we think, our actions, how we interact with people, how reactive we are in using our habitual patterns versus coming into greater awareness where we recognize that pattern is about to happen and we make a new choice. So we are in a very dynamic stage of our evolution, uh, and that is a wonderful thing. It's an exciting time to be alive now. It is also problematic and challenging because we need to learn to invite these challenges for the gifts that they are and the treasures and wisdom that lie within them, instead of trying to avoid them or project that whoever triggers us or brings us into our greater truth is at fault, is at blame, or is causing the problem. So it's a journey of empowerment. It's a journey of awakening and of truth and trust and many, many qualities, patience and honoring, acceptance, wisdom. So many gifts in this process when you awake and really invite the opportunities to assist you in transforming and then embodying and expressing more of your true light. So this is the work that I do, and I get a lot of my ideas and insights in the shower. Water is very conducive to the connection in our spiritual telepathic abilities. So really nature is very helpful for that. So walking in nature, sitting on the ground, grounding deeply into the earth so you can really receive the gifts of that connection. Um, but for me, water is a big connector. So in the shower a few days ago, I received this imagery and message, and so I want to share it with you. I offer 3 new Earth session activations, and the first one is called Rebirth Codes of Holy Light. This helps metaphorically understand that we are here to get off the karmic cycle, which by divine dispensation has already been granted. It is off the jar, and we are like the flies still trapped in the jar that don't realize we're free. So karma sort of kept us contained in some limited experiences, and that becomes habitual. It becomes what we know. It becomes our comfort zone, our way of reacting. Now, the lid's been twisted. It's off, but some of the flies have flown out and some are staying in because it's what they know. So it's time to get out of the jar and live the fullest expression, to thrive instead of survive, to really be free. And that would be this divine dispensation that has been offered at the end of 2012 as we entered the new era, the new golden age era, the new earth. So new earth is here. Some people see it and experience it. I see it visually, very transparent, but very much like the earth. I've had several visions, third eye visions, inner eye, of literally, if you imagine looking at the earth and almost like in a James Bond movie, this whole quadrant that I'm standing on, near, just opens up like a pivoting surface, just removes away and reveals the new earth under it. I've seen the new earth as this very much like the existing earth, but more transparent and crystalline, so crystalline. The colors that I'm working with now are so different, so infused with light and new colors that are so illumined. I have seen a core running through the center of our chakra system that reminds me of those sugar crystal candies we used to get on a stick when we were little. But at each chakra point, and more than the traditional 7 chakras, I'm seeing this cluster of crystals that are so at the core illuminating our chakras, our traditional chakras, and more the new chakra system even. And so this infusion of light is coming onto the planet. It's coming into us through our crown and root chakras and through our energy bodies, through our light bodies being activated. There's so many dynamics happening right now. And so this imagery was that in the old 3D way, before the end of 2012, if you will, the old Earth matrix, it's like you were born and you were given one canvas to paint on. And that one canvas had to last your whole life. And you had on that canvas some areas, imperfections to start with, some protrusions, some, lumps and bumps and whatever. And that's like your carryover of your old past life stuff that you're going to work this lifetime. So you have this one canvas and you have to paint on that and make it more and more to reflect who you are, what you want it to look like, your creation. And in the process of that, all those behind layerings, what was before, any mistakes you made, any old past life things coming through, your ancestral lineage connections, maybe even your zodiac influences, all of these things, are sort of part of the canvas you've been given, and they bleed through, and you really had to work and work and work. So it was so challenging, and the resources available to really transcend these past life carryovers were limited because the veil that we came into, the forgetting, was so thick. But we have been thinning that veil. Spirit, God, divine dispensation has been thinning that veil over time, and people are at a level that is so exceptionally receptive and sensitive now. You're able to transform so much more so quickly. It's very, very exciting. So in the past, you'd get 1 or 2, maybe at the most 3 major life past life things to work through, and you'd work on that a whole lifetime. Now we came in with a plate full, and we got to get it all done, because it's no longer useful for us to um, die and come back in another lifetime and take the 20 years to grow up. What is useful now is for us to drop the karma, the contracts, the agreements of the old era, and step into the crystalline templates of the new earth, that new potential, those many new potentials that exist when we embody our higher dimensional selves, our multidimensional selves, and bring those a unity of that which we are and those divine qualities through this third dimensional, fourth dimensional body. So we have this physical third dimensional self. We have the fourth dimensional emotional body, the chakra systems, the auric field. And we also have the fifth dimensional self all here present. We have the light body that interacts constantly with our multidimensional self. But it doesn't happen through the mind. It doesn't happen through our remembering at the mental level of that which the brain can process and hold from this lifetime. It's happening at the energetic level, at the multidimensional body, light body level. And it's happening at the DNA level, where we actually have etheric DNA. You know about the two strands, well, there's 12 and the other 10 are etheric. So like the meridian system, the chakra system, these other 10 DNA expressions are not visible to the eye. We can't dissect a body and find those. But that doesn't mean that they are any the less effective as drivers of our life, our energy, our personalities, and so many other things. So the new fifth dimensional self, the way Spirit is showing me, is we've worked this one canvas for this lifetime, and we only got the one in the third dimensional expression of ourselves. And that now can be let go. It's like third dimension is a system, a matrix that you log into. It's like you can now log out of that canvas, that one project that you had to work your whole lifetime, without dying and needing to come in a new body, because that's no longer the most efficient way to ascend a planet and to do what we're here to do as divine light beings in the new era. So now it's like we're logging into a new system, and we literally have a new operating system. The 3D we're logging out of, the 5D we're logging into. But there's a period of time where before we really log out fully, we need to be able to be working both systems. And so there's this transformative stage that we're in, and we find it challenging because we feel like, we're limited, simple human one moment, we're expansive, divine, accessing amazing levels of compassion and wisdom and insight from our connection with our higher dimensional self. And then the next minute we go into fear or lack or some other earth experience, and we're back in the old 3D system. So we just have to work with this for a while. A lot of my work is helping you get through that transformation process, and so that you get more and more grounded in your higher dimensional expression here now in the new earth. So what that's like is you get this blank new canvas, and they show it to me as where we got so habitually accustomed to having to only work with the canvas, the one canvas we had, and had to reuse and layer upon itself. Now we have this new blank canvas, and we can continue working on one, or in any moment we want, we can let that go and pick up a brand new canvas. We're living in the now. We're creating from our heart connection, our alignment with our divine self. And we're co-creating, we're working in unity, we're working in a oneness capacity and consciousness. And that's very different. Competition was the old way. Cooperation is the new way. Fear was the old way. Lack was the old way. Thriving instead of surviving is the new way. Creating prosperity through social consciousness. We will not even desire to create something that would harm another, that would take, as the old system was based in this need and greed, lack consciousness. that will not draw our hearts. It won't draw our attention. We won't want to co-create and be part of that in the newer energy, in the unity consciousness. And so whatever we create, it will be a win-win. It will be something that is sustainable, that will bless life, because we'll be living from a reverence for all life. So just trying to give you guys through this painting canvas, logging in, logging out, this whole way, a way to sort of metaphorically, as a model, understand this transformation we're in from the old matrix into this new matrix. And in the new matrix, we're creating as we go in each moment. So it's challenging to those of us who used to, write a list of your goals, and you would start to create an agenda, and you'd be attached to the outcome. And if you didn't get to your outcome, you might feel like a failure. You failed your mission. Well, our mission now is to be present, to be in the moment, to be creating from our heart, from our intuition, from our knowing. And that takes a little getting used to. And sometimes we tend to judge ourselves and think we're doing it wrong. We doubt ourselves, and when we don't know. We're operating now from a great deal of not knowing. And that's where the intuiting comes in, is you have to learn to trust your intuition, because in not knowing, you're going to rely on your intuition. So it is a shift, absolutely. What really, really helps in sustaining yourself through the shift is keeping yourself focused in unconditional love, gratitude, appreciation, joy, these expansive qualities. When you want to get that higher wisdom, if you're contracted and worrying that you're making it up, or it's not there for you, or you don't know the answer that you're seeking, you're going to be in a contracted state, which is fear, and that's going to make you have a difficult time accessing that higher wisdom, because when we're in fear, we can't access the higher dimensions where fear doesn't exist. And so the way to access that is to get yourself in your center, get yourself in your heart. And that is through gratitude, appreciation, love, some expansive feeling. And the other wonderful expansive feeling is laughter, joy, play, and a spirit of creativity, curiosity. Not needing to know, but interested in finding out what's coming, what's around the corner, what are you going to discover? So it becomes a treasure hunt. And this is the way to stay connected and access without attachment to the outcome, without fear, without it being a need. But it becomes this beautiful relationship with your spirit self and with the many other beautiful beings, ascended masters and celestial helpers, that can lead and guide and help you heal and transform and release and bring you into the now of this time. So it's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful time to be awakened and to be awake, and to start to unify with who you are, and to unify the fragments of your third dimensional self across many incarnations and many different expressions and form and formlessness of your soul self. And we're bringing those together. And then when you do and you unify yourself, your higher self can descend into you as you are ascending up in frequency. And so it becomes a process of raising your frequency and embodying more divine light. Our physical bodies have to make physical transformation as well as our consciousness shifting. And that becomes a process of the way my guides explain it to me is, if we got greater and greater traffic on our highways, but we didn't add lanes, it would be a mess, a congestion mess. So we have to make more space in our bodies to hold more light, because the light is being brought into the planet, like it or not. There is a evolution occurring in consciousness, and you're going to be swept along with it, either in a cooperative, conscious participation way, or in a way where you feel a bit dragged along and it can be painful if you're not consciously clearing and releasing the old emotional pains and patterns that are no longer supported in the 5D realm that we're moving into. So you have the opportunity to look at your thoughts, your feelings, your old programs, your past lives, your reactions, your triggers, those things that take you out of peace, joy, happiness, harmony, acceptance, and unity with others. And as you notice that you're not in that space, in your heart, in your freedom to express yourself, and in your joy of expressing yourself, when you're fearing ridicule and when you're pleasing others, when you're trying to, um, when you're feeling that you have to step out of your truth and integrity in order to have the survival, the safety, the security, the friendship, the family, whatever it is that you think you need, and you're trading parts of yourself for it, that's a very disempowering and depressing space to be in. So you have the capacity to look at these experiences that are holding you in limitation. Look at these energies and ideas, beliefs and feelings, traumas that are holding you in limitation, that are holding you back from being the fullest expression of who you are. And by being present with them, you are able to anchor in a new truth, a higher truth, a greater expanded expression and therefore experience of reality. And that reality from a much higher frequency of love and joy and peace and harmony is going to be much more supportive of you as the soul that you are, of the purpose that you're here for, and your gifts, your qualities, the divine qualities that you can and will embody as you go along this evolutionary process. So that's my little message for today. And I just hope it gives you some clarity, perspective, and understanding that can be empowering, because my great goal is to empower people back to their true light. And that's the work I do. I do sessions, I do groups. Mostly it's an energetic experience. So there might be some talking and revealing what I'm shown while we're in session or in a group, what I'm being shown in my third eye or my understanding or what I'm hearing to share. But in general, all of my work is a exchange of energy. It's a channeled transmission of energy from the heart of creation. And it is loving, it is powerful, it is transformative, and it is a gift that fulfills my heart's desire to assist others here and bring them into their empowerment, their true self, and their soul purpose as fifth dimensional New Earth beings. So, if you wish to work with me, it is Laura Pieratt, Pieratt.com. And I just wish you many blessings, whether we meet in person or not. I wish you extraordinary, magical, heart-filled new beginnings. And of course, each new beginning comes as you release something that is no longer serving your highest light now. So, surrendering will bring you to new beginnings of something that is even sweeter than what you think you're attached to. I like to say just start. And so S for surrender, T for trust, A accept, R receive, and T transform, and T for thank you. I like to use that last T to also say thanks. So just start. Surrender, trust, allow, receive, transform, and say thank you. Many blessings, and so it is. Ale, alo, ala, ama, ana. Aki alo kaiwa, amakai, alaki, alako, akata, sakai. Aleki alo kaiwa, oma. Be etikia wakota kasa, suma. Se etikia wakota, sukaiwa. Be anokote kiawa. Ale, alo, ala, ama, ana, om. Ale, alo, ala,